Back on the show, you know who he is, Tanner Boser. He's coming off an impressive win over DJ Linderman at ACB 81 on February 23rd. Tanner, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me again.
No problem. It's always good to talk to you. And correct me if I'm wrong here. Was this another short notice opportunity? Because literally I'm on... so it wasn't. Okay, so when did you find out about this fight?
Oh, I found out about it probably about a month and a half in advance. And I was training because they told me I'd probably have a fight around the time. And I knew about DJ in January, so I had a good month and a half, maybe 2 months. It was a full training camp for him.
Okay, that's good. Because I know typically in the past, when you've had to fight overseas, it's been like a couple days' notice. It must have been nicer to actually have a full camp in this time.
Yeah, well, the only short notice ones were against Smolderev and for the one I took for Akhmat on 9 days against Saidilev. So I had a full camp as well for Bakayev and for Dave Cryer.
Okay, good stuff. That's good to know. How long was the trip for you to get to Dubai, and were there any issues?
No, the trip was fine. I mean, it's long, several flights, but I don't mind. I like going to places like that I might otherwise not go. So the trip was fine.
Excellent. And what was the game plan heading into the fight, and do you feel like you executed it?
Yeah, my game plan was to kick the shit out of his inside left because he's a southpaw, very wide, very planted. Doesn't tend to check, so it's just hammer on it, circle around. Of course, when the punches are there, punch, but that should impede his movement. However, I thought he was going to come in, try and close the distance, and look to brawl, because that's usually his game plan, is try and drag you into a brawl. But right off the bat and throughout the fight, his plan was to try and drag me down. So it was a matter of escaping off the cage constantly and then working the strikes until he pushed me back against the cage.
How soon did you feel in the fight that you were sort of taken over and really sort of had this in the bag?
Once I escaped from the first time he had me on the wall, he was strong and he was really trying for the takedown, really hard. Once I escaped off of that and started hitting him a few times, he did it one more time and I escaped. After that second escape, escaping off the wall started to become way easier. Yeah.
Excellent. And how'd you celebrate after the win? You're in Dubai. It must have been pretty nice.
I went back to my hotel and I got paid and I went to sleep.
Good stuff. Well, did you have anything to eat? Because I know you get to eat some good food after.
Oh yeah, I went. There was this one kind of restaurant that was close to our hotel in the marina. We stayed right at the marina, so that was cool. I don't even remember what I had to eat. I can't usually eat that much after fights. I can't really eat that night. I always want to, and then I can't.
Okay, fair enough. Who went down with you as far as cornerman and everything?
Chuck Pelk. He's a long-time training partner of mine and was a training partner of my coach's as well. He's been around the game a long time, and he's a good guy to have in your corner. Excellent.
That's good. Yeah, it's always nice going to new countries and learning new things. What was sort of your favorite part of Dubai, sort of looking back on it?
I don't know if there was a favorite part, but it's definitely a crazy city in terms of the architecture and so futuristic and, everybody's rich, but it's cool to see. I don't know if I have a favorite part.
Okay, fair enough. What's training look like these last couple of weeks since the fight? Have you been going sort of normal tilt, or did you take some time off?
I always mandatory take 1 week off at least where I don't do anything. This one I took 2 weeks off because I had to wait for my ankle to go down, so my right ankle swelled up just from throwing a million kicks, and most of them being inside. Is that sometimes the consequence of that is you end up going ankle on his shin a little bit or knee. So I've been back going full tilt this week, 2-a-days hard, so I'm already back into it.
And when are you looking to get back in there? Do you have any fights lined up?
No, whenever they tell me to, but I got 2 more with them that ought to be before November, so I assume it'll probably be something like early summer and fall would be my guess.
Okay. And no thoughts on going back to Unified? Because I know they lifted the ban now with combat sports, so you could technically complete.
I'm under a contract, so I can't compete for anybody
Oh, okay.
else.
I wasn't sure if that was just an overseas thing or in general. So you're exclusive to them then?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So 2 fights left on there. Is there any plans? I guess you'll sort of wait and see what happens after that as far as, what's next. Because, Edmonton's got, there's fights there. And then, it seems like TKO's kind of got a lot going on too. I don't know if that would interest you at all.
It doesn't interest me because I like getting paid.
Right.
So,
okay.
And TKO sucks about that. So I'll keep fighting for ACB where they pay me good.
Right, for sure. Has there been any other interest from other promotions other than ACB, like even though you've been under contract?
TKO.
Okay. Well, I meant like overseas ones. Has there been sort of any? Because I know Fight Nights Global, they bring a lot of Canadians in too.
Yeah,
M1.
Fight Nights Global had before I fought my first fight for ACB. They were both talking to me at the same time. But since I've been signed to ACB, I got offered a fight for, EFC in South Africa. So I got an offer to fight their heavyweight champ, but I was like, I can't, I'm under contract. I think that's the only international one that I've been offered. I got offered that one maybe in October, November.
Okay, interesting. Has there, and with your contract, you mentioned it being exclusive. Like if the UFC or Bellator wanted to sign you and the money was right, could you go and take that, or you have to honor your ACB contract?
Well, the money's never right for Bellator unless you're a UFC vet with a lot of UFC fights. ACB says that if UFC approached me and wanted to sign me, that they would let me go fight for UFC. But I don't see it happening. They didn't want me in the past when I was trying my best to get in there. And now, honest to God, man, I do not care. I do not give a fuck. I like fighting for ACB. ACB is the company that wanted me. They pay me good money, and I get good fights against world-class guys. I do not give a fuck about fighting for UFC.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And not just that. I mean, there's no shows in Canada right now. They haven't even announced any. I don't know what's going on here. It seems like it's not a priority for them anymore to come up to the Great White North.
Yeah, or to sign good guys. What? Teddy just won his fourth fight in a row by murder against a really good guy.
Cameron Olsen out of Rufasport.
Yeah, now he's he's ranked in the top 100 now. Like if they would rip their heads out of their ass, Teddy'd be a guy to sign. He's a free agent. On a 4-fight win streak with 3 knockouts over really good guys. You know, you got Valimaki, Olsen, like he's knocking out good dudes, but they probably won't because there's probably some fucking 3-0 guy out of some gym with friends in the UFC that they're going to sign.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of that, especially the short notice fights. You're seeing guys that might have like a loss in there, and then like it's as opposed to a winning streak, and then they end up getting signed. It's there's a lot of politics involved. I agree with that.
Yeah, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Anyone you want to fight next, or do you just sort of leave that up to your management and ACB?
Yeah, it's not up to me. ACB, they pick who you fight next. You don't get to say yes or no. They tell you who you're fighting next. You're not allowed to say no. Unless you can produce a doctor's note that says you're injured, you're fighting. I don't give a shit. Anybody that want to make me fight, I'll fight.
But you like that anyways, because it's, it's sort of like you don't have to worry about it, and also the money's good, right? Like you said.
Yeah, that's what I do. These guys that pick fights, I don't like it. So give me whoever you want. If I were to guess who they were going to give me, because I called Linderman actually, I think if they don't decide to go with the new signing, I think that the timing lines up and the rankings line up for me to fight either Evgeny Erikin or Sergey Volosiny. Both are really, really good Russians. Down to fight either one. Those would be my guesses.
Excellent. What's the latest with Danger Cats? Anything on there?
Oh, well, Hack's doing it up, and they're bringing him to bars all over the place now to make appearances. I haven't done any videos with Danger Cats in a little while. I've been busy. I've been gone and whatnot, but we plan to get some done here in a little while. And
you're still working security, right? I was seeing some posts about that.
Yeah, I still work at Diamonds.
That's good. I always like your updates on Facebook, like just saying, hey, we got this going on or whatever. Like, it seems like you have fun with it to a certain degree, like with, the job description and everything.
Oh, I like it. It's a perfect job for me, man. I start at like 10 o'clock most nights, so I get to train. I don't miss any training because of work, and I like the people I work with, and my bosses let me take off all the time I need for fights and stuff. I can't complain. It's a great job. You still get those idiots trying to like fight you or try and say, oh, you're a fighter, and you get any idiots like that at all? Not often do people want to fight me because I'm a fighter. People want to fight you because they're drunk and stupid and they just want to fight you, but it's actually pretty calm. Like, I haven't actually like beat anybody up there in quite a long time. Like, it's been a long time. That's good. Good to keep you might as well get paid for what you're doing, right? So, as opposed to worrying about the other stuff. Last question before I let you go. What's on the docket for TV these days, on Netflix, anything like that? What are you watching? I'm trying to choke my way through shitty Iron Fist. Okay. And I'm rewatching The Office because I love it. Did you see Trailer Park Boys has new episodes in there? I just noticed that a couple months ago. Yeah, they do have new episodes. I haven't checked it out yet, though.
It's not as good. I got to be honest. It's kind of losing me a bit. It's not like I used to like look forward to watching episodes, and now it's like, I don't know. I'm slowly getting through this last season, but I think they've kind of run on their last leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like there's this whole, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's like a big thing that happens later on with Jim Leahy and Ricky, but I'll leave that for you to find out. But yeah, it's just not, I don't know. It's changed, like season 3, that was like the peak when Ricky was stealing barbecues and everything. It just hasn't been the same.
Oh, yeah. That sucks to hear. It always sucks when a long-standing TV show goes that way, but
You got to stay on top. And speaking of staying on top again, Tanner, congrats on the win. Definitely keep us posted on what's next. And just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, man, the floor is yours.
Cool. Yeah, well, at Bulldozer Boser on Instagram and Twitter, Tanner Bulldozer Boser on Facebook. Shout-outs, of course, to all the Danger Cats out there. And I got GenMech ACL, Rockwell, Bonneville Water Conditioning, Taps for FX Games, ThinkWorks and North Creative for hooking me up with my shirts and doing my shorts for my fight, Tanline Enterprises, and yeah, all my sponsors.